All right, guys. Hey, this is day 2 of right equation of ellipses. Um, as I said before, there are 2 equations, right? For the horizontal, it is x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared, and that is equal to 1. And for the vertical, it is x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared, so y minus k squared over a squared, all right, equals 1. All right, so that's the equation for ellipses. Real quick, the distance from the center to the vertices. So again, if this is your ellipse right here, okay, and so that is your center, and those are your vertices. Right, so the distance from the center to the vertices is plus or minus a. So this is a right here. So this distance is a, okay, and this distance is b. All right, that's the co-vertices. And to the co-vertices, the distance is plus and minus b. And plus or minus c, plus or minus c is a distance to the foci. And we use the formula c squared equals a squared plus b squared. I'm sorry, c squared equals a squared minus b squared to find the foci. All right. So real quick, here you're given a graph to write the equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my center. And here, if you look at this, your center is going to be also okay. And so the center, if you look at the circle, is okay. Let's count this off real quick. So count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 7 is my mid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is my center right there. And from that, you can see that your center is going to be left 1 up 2. So it's going to be -1, -2. Okay, so my center is -1, -1 up 2. Good. And so, therefore, my A value is going to be 7, and my B value is going to be 3. Again, as I said in class, to find the vertices now, you can look at the graph and see what those points are. All right, that's fine. That's easy to do. What I want you to get used to is to write the vertices using the A and B value. All right, so my vertices now, I'm going to add 7 to find this point of the vertices, the right side. I'm just going to add 7 to the H value. So plus 7 right here. And that's going to give me 6, -2. I'm sorry, 6, 2. Oh, why am I saying good? And then for this point over here now, I'm going to -7. And that's going to give me -8, 2. All right, I just want you guys to be able to do that. And for the co-vertices now, I'm going to add 3 to the k value, right? Because that's the y values. So I'm going to add 3 here, and that's going to give me -1, 5. And then about -3 now for the other co-vertices, right? I'm going to get -1, -1. Good. All right. And then to find the foci now, all I'm going to do is use the equation c squared equals to a squared minus b squared, right? A squared is going to be 49. B squared is going to be 9. And that's going to equal to 40, okay? Therefore, C is going to equal the square root of 40, and that's going to be, I think we said, what, 6, 6, 36, 6.3, approximately 6.3. Okay, that's 6.3. Good. And so now, just like how we found the vertices, right? Because the vertices is somewhere out here now. All right, somewhere out there. I'm gonna add 6.3 to the h value. So when I add 6.3 here, that's going to give me 5.3, 2, 5.3, 2. Okay. And then if I minus 6.3 now to find the other foci, that gives me negative 7.3, 2. All right, guys. So just make sure you know, I want you to do that on your own. And then to write the equation now, it's going to be x plus 1 square over, since this is an horizontal ellipse, the a value is going to be under the x. So a squared is going to be 49 plus y minus 2. Y minus 2, that is square over the b value, which is 9. And that is equal to 1. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to do one more. And then you guys can do. I'll post a key on Canvas, right? You guys can follow along. Number 2. Okay, look at number 2. The center is going to be 3. If you look at the graph, you can find the center, right? It's going to be 3, negative 2. And you can find that 1, 2, 3. That's my center right there. Okay, just find the middle, and that is 3, negative 2. Okay, now my a value, my a is going to be the distance from here. That's going to be my a, and that is 5. All right, count it off. How many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a is 5, and my b is 2. Good. And so you can find the vertices now. To find the vertices, I'm going to add 5 to the k value now, right? I'm going to add 5 to the k value. So this should be right here. Add 5 to the k value to find this vertices right here. And that's going to give me 3, add 5. That's going to be 3 right here. And then to find the other vertices down here, I'm going to minus 5. And that's going to give me 3, negative 7. Good. Okay, co-vertices now. I'm going to add, co-vertices now. I'm going to add 2 to the x values, right? 2 to the x values. And so add plus 2 right there. That's going to give me 5, negative 2. And for the other one, I'm going to minus 2. And that's going to give me 1, negative 2. Okay. Okay. And then for the foci, you just find c squared. Okay, I need some space for that. Use c squared. So c squared, I'm going to use the top of here. C squared is going to equal to a squared, which is 25, minus b squared, which is 9. And that gives you, no, is that correct? 5. Yes. Did I make a mistake? 25 minus 9, 14. Yeah, I made a mistake. The b the b value is not 9. It's the b's 2. So that should be 4 right here. I think something was up. So that's 21. Okay. C squared is 21, and therefore c is going to equal to I did a square root of that. That's what 16, 4.6, something like that. I'm just guessing. I don't have my calculator with me. That's roughly 4.6. You can get a better answer by using a calculator, right? but the square root of 21 is roughly 4.6. And so now I'm gonna add, just like I found the vertices, right? I'm just gonna add and subtract 4.6 to the K value. So I'm gonna add I'm gonna add 4.6 and then subtract 4.6, right? And when I do that, that's gonna give me 3, 6. I'm sorry, when I add 4.6, that's gonna be 3, 2.6. And then the other one, I'm gonna subtract 4.6. That's gonna give me 3, negative 6.6. All right, just make sure you see that. All right, that's 2. And then we write equation now. Equation is pretty easy to write. The points now is going to be it's a vertical ellipse. So therefore, I'm going to have x minus 3 squared. That's going to be under the b, which is 4 plus y plus 2 squared. And the a is 5, so that's over 25, and that's equal to 1. Okay. All right. So let's move on to writing the equations. All right. A couple of steps I want you guys to do. Before you're giving graph, now you're giving a bunch of data. You got to figure out how to write the equation. So first thing you want to do is you want to find a center. Okay. And then you want to find A and B to see where is the graph. It's going to be find A and B first to write the equation, right? And then you got to determine is the ellipse horizontal or vertical. So step 1, find HK, the center. Step 2, find A and B. And then in between that, you got to find whether the equation is horizontal, whether the ellipse is horizontal or vertical, and then write the equation. All right, so let's look at number 1. So my first step is to find the center. I'm going to use this block to help me work. So my center, I'm going to use the midpoint formula. So my HK is just add the x's and divide it by 2, right? So therefore, that's going to be 5. When I add those 2, that's 5 minus 19 divided by 2. And then for the y's, negative 2 plus negative 2 is just minus 2 divided by 2. 5 minus 19 is 14. It's negative 14 divided by 2, that's negative 7. And this gives me negative 2. So my HK now, my center is going to be negative 6. It's going to equal to negative 7, negative 2. Good? All right, good. All right, so now what we'll do next? Well, they tell you the minor axis. The minor axis is 10. All right, so that should be valid. Well, not quite. The length of the minor, I said not quite. All right, let's look at that ellipse. I'm just going to draw an ellipse. They tell you the length of the minor axis, right, is b. That's the length right here. That's the minor. This is your major. So therefore, if this is 10, then my b is going to be half 10. So therefore, my b value is going to equal to 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Good. So make sure this is one area I make mistakes all the time. I use b as 10. Just got to remind myself to divide by 2. So now we found the b. We've got to find the a now. And here they tell you the vertices. So this is my a values coming from here. Okay, that's the vertices. All right, and let's see now. So I'm going to find a. I'm going to find the length of this between these 2 points. This between these 2 points, and then divide by 2. All right, find the distance between those 2 points and find, and then divide by 2. Okay. All right. So how do I find the distance now? So remember, it's going to be d. It's going to equal to the square root. I'm doing this right now. I'm going to show you that you really don't have to use a distance formula. You can just look at the coordinates and add or subtract. Right? but I just want to illustrate something real quick. Here we go. Distance is going to be y2 minus y1, right? So this is my y2. So minus 2. So minus 2 minus -2, that is a plus 2. And you can see what's happening right there. That is 0. X2 minus 19 minus 5 squared. Okay. This is 0 right there. So all I'm left with now is negative 19. Did I make a mistake here? Y2 minus 5. Okay, yes, that's right. Now I'm left with negative 24 square root of negative 24 square. Okay. However, if I square this and then take the square root of it, I'm just getting back 24. Okay. So my distance between those 2 points is 24. Therefore, my A value is going to be 24 divided by 2 equals 12. So my A is 12. Good. All right. Hopefully you see that. All right. If I square negative 24 and then take the square root of it, I'm back to 24. All right. Okay. Now, is this versus is this line right here between these 2 points? Is it going to be a horizontal line or a vertical line? All right. I got to figure out, is this matrix, is it going to be horizontal or is it going to be vertical? Well, I can look at the coordinates. If you look at these 2 coordinates, you notice that the y value doesn't change. It is -2 here and -2 here. Right? Therefore, only the x values are changing. So therefore, this line is a horizontal line. This is this is your major axis. It is horizontal. Okay, and I'm going to graph it to show you what I'm talking about. So you don't have to do the distance formula all the time. Oh, come on. Here we go. Okay. Let's graph these 2 points. Let's say 5, -2 is over here. Let's call it 5, 1, 2, -2. Okay. And then -19 is somewhere way over here. Let's call this -19 and -2. All right. So those are, so you can see now this line is a horizontal line. I can tell just by looking at the points, the y value, right, doesn't change. It is -2 over here and it is -2 over here. So therefore that line is horizontal. And that is your major axis because it says vertices. So therefore this is a horizontal asymptote. Hopefully you get that. And so now I can write my equation now. It's going to be x plus 7 squared over the A value, which is 12. All right, that's going to give me 144 plus y plus 2 squared, and that is over the B value, which is 525, and that's equal to 1. All right.